Hello, Flimsy Lunch Tray here in the Thunderer. So yes, I just spent all my coal with Coupon to get the Thunderer, and this is going to be my Shakedown Cruise in the Thunderer. So as you can see, we are in co-op, as is something we'll be doing a little bit more in the sense of having your first Shakedown Cruise in co-op. Matches, as you guys know, that I like to test out a ship.
Starboard 10, round the buoy and back again.
First time out in co-op, and also for several times in a row, just to get a good feel for her before I take her into a random battle. So, as you just heard there, I do have jingles on the Thunderer, and I love it. I was waiting to use him until I got the Thunderer, so I have him on the Thunderer now. So this is actually going to be a really good battle that really just I was really surprised. I didn't have high expectations, to be honest. Kind of had low. I wasn't sure what exactly to expect, and I was really pleased, and so much so that I'll talk about my thoughts on her versus the Ohio here in a minute as well. So because of having saved up money for the Japanese destroyer torpedo line, as I just went from the Akatsuki to the Kagero, I've not been spending a lot of my credits, so I basically have like main battery mod upgrade, and then also 2 fires and torpedoes knocked out, and damage, less chance of fire, or damage repair party, was that called, where it like lessens your chance of flood and fire by 3 and 5%, something like that. So I actually don't have the full mods set up here yet on the Thunderer mods and upgrades. So that'll be something I will be working on soon. But another nice hit there with 3 capacitations and 1 set on fire on the Hindenburg. So my original goal for this match was to only use HE just for the heck of it, just to see how she handles. But I get to a point where I do switch over to the armor piercing, and the HE of the Thunder and the armor piercing of the Thunder, I would say, do not disappoint. I believe it is with the Thunder, if I have this right, it's like a 63% chance per shell in setting a ship on fire. So 1 shell hitting, like the Hindenburg here has a 63% chance of setting the Hindenburg on fire, which we've already done 3 fires on him so far. And I'm basically focusing the Hindenburg down because I don't want to have to worry about his torpedoes when he eventually gets closer. And now we just permanently knocked out the torpedoes on the side of that ship. And I'm also having to keep in mind the Henry here, so since Hindenburg's about to go down, I switch focus fire to Henry IV. So I'm kind of focused on the upper hull. I'm curious to see how does HE do on the ship. And you can see 10,000 right on the superstructure of the Henry. And I feel like for me, the HE never disappoints when it comes to the Thunderer. I mean, you can see like I'm not really running not mods, but higher upgrades or signal flags, since that fire was like starting out at 50 seconds. And I think jingles here, when I put them on, have him at, I think he's a 3-point captain in this video, but I have him up to 6 points now. So we did a 10,000 hit there with the HE, so just really impressed. Of course I could have switched to armor piercing and maybe deleted him that last salvo, but again I was just wanting to test out the HE and get a good feel for it. And we're going to probably say goodbye to him here. And if you haven't noticed, we're actually up to 7 fires now. That's pretty good. And so by the time we actually get done with this battle, I'm almost going to break my random battles damage record, which is 226,000 at the moment. And I have a feeling if I took the Thunderer out in random battles, I might actually get a higher result versus what I did here in this co-op match. So I'm still getting used to Thunder. I'm not just full throttling up. I didn't want to go up farther because of the Grosser Kurfürst on the left. I didn't want to get caught in the crossfire between him and the Conqueror. So Yeah, I could be using armor piercing here again, but I'm just want to test out the HE like I've stated previously. And we did 5,000 that last hit, another 5,000. So yeah, I like the Thunderer. And in bringing up the comparison to the Thunderer to the Ohio, the Georgia. Did I say Ohio earlier? I'm sorry. I meant the Georgia. Even though Georgia sits at tier 9. I really am a fan of the Georgia. I was pretty good with her, then I kind of fell out with her in the sense of I probably need to play her more to get the hang of the ship again. Um, but when it comes to my impressions, the Thunder versus the Georgia, I really like the Thunderer, and I would recommend getting her over the Georgia. I mean, with the Georgia, her main gimmick is, of course, she's very large guns, which only has 6 of them, and her speed boost, and well, she's got good secondaries like the Massachusetts. Yeah, speed boost. Oh, and her 40-second cooldown heal. That's the other thing I was trying to think of, but couldn't remember. But you know, here at the Thunderer, I don't even have the main gun battery modification 2 or 3 where you can shorten her reload time of her main battery, like down to like what 23 seconds. And I have Adrenaline Rush, so you know after we fire the front turrets here, we're running 24-second reload. Now I go ahead and switch to armor piercing here. You know, and 23-second reload, and let's say if I had the that upgrade for faster reload, but I think it also slows down your turret traverse speed. It would be pretty impressive, you know, you might be looking at maybe more like 20 seconds right now. Yeah, that's a nice hit. So yeah, I'm enjoying the Thunder a lot right now. I love how her turrets traverse faster than the Georgia, because I still need to get traverse commander skill on my Georgia captain, but the Thunder, her turrets traverse so nice. I think they actually traverse faster than the Conqueror, if I'm not mistaken. And she has a good turning radius and rudder shift time, which is really nice as well. And of course, with the Thunder, you have her heal, but which her heal does more. Well, let me put it this way: when you compare her to the Conqueror does more repair party healing of fire damage, where the Thunder doesn't do as much fire damage healing. But the Thunder does more citadel damage healing than what the Conqueror does. So just even now, like I'm not running turret traverse yet with Jingles, and I'm just so impressed with how responsive her turrets are. Oh, such good dispersion. And I even have the dispersion upgrade on her yet either. The Thunderer's dispersion and accuracy with her main guns are arguably rather close to the Yamato's. So Yamato has very good dispersion, but also the Thunderer does too. Now, yeah, so let's go into post-battle results and I'll talk more there. Yeah, so as I was saying, the Thunderer has really good dispersion. When I compare it to the Georgia, I feel more confident that I'm going to hit where I aim in the Thunderer versus the Georgia. I mean, granted, the Thunderer has 8 guns instead of the Georgia 6. So, I mean, you do have that difference there. But overall, I'm just really impressed with the Thunder. Now, if you may have noticed, and I meant to point this out, when I was firing at targets at like roughly over 15 kilometers away with all turrets, you could kind of see how the shell trajectory continued and almost it came to like an X where they intersected and then they began to spread apart. So there was like this, I think it was like it's roughly 12 kilometers or something is right where they all intersect and the grouping is super tight. And I noticed that and was playing around with that in the battle. And that was really nice just to see that dispersion. But now since this video, I have updated her accuracy more, I do have the dispersion mod, upgrade mod. I can't remember what it's called for life of me right now. But then I noticed that X, like I just talked about, as the shells begin to intersect, it seems like they stay together longer, where they don't separate out as an X again, if that makes sense. So that has been something that I've noticed and has found impressive. And as you can see, with the victory bonus of the plus 50%, we did almost 3,000, or almost got 3,000 experience with almost 200 free experience. And we got 210,000 credits. Quite nice, again, since the Thunder is a premium special ship. And we did the 217,000 damage. So I was really impressed by that. And you can see with her HE shells just how much damage we did with the 9 fires, but also with the incapacitations. We got 9 incapacitations in one battle. So I found that quite impressive and telling of the ship. So we placed top on the team with 712 base experience. You can see we did most of our damage to the gross Kurfürst, the Thunder, and so on and so forth. I'm just looking at some more of the details here. You can see, yeah, with fires alone, we did 46,000 damage. And then armor piercing, we did 77,000. And then you can see, yeah, high explosive shell damage here. And we did some secondary battery damage, but not very much. And then ultimately walked away with 136,000 credits with premium accounts. So yeah, so I am really excited to have a more in-depth video review of the Thunder. Again, this was my Shakedown Cruise in her, so was really pleased with playing her. She just handled really well. Her guns are just super accurate, and just really appreciated that out of the Thunder. So it'll probably be roughly 2 to 3 weeks after I do roughly 30 battles, random battles in her, in random matches. Because right now I'm focusing on trying to get the Shimakaze, so I'm focusing mostly with the Akatsuki and now the Kaguro, and playing matches with them until I get Shimakaze before I jump into many other ships in random battle matches. So, if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you want to see more. And if you have already subscribed, thanks so much. And we will catch you later. So, take care.